put to my computer. Awesome. Okay, so welcome to round 2 beta of the magnetic mind process. Round 1 was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to introducing some new stuff into round 2. So just so you guys know, you're the only beta students going through this now. Like Chris said to everyone, oh, that's enough for beta, you're all going live. So this program is actually being sold live now. There is like an online membership site which you guys don't have access to, and I'm not really, privy to let you have access to all of that just at this, the introductory kind of price. But all the content is there. You've got access to all the content from last round as well. So yeah, this is kind of just a secret squirrel little group, because I didn't want to miss out running through with you guys, because we've got such an amazing group going through, and it's going to be powerful. So today's session is going to be just about an introduction, getting a round of introductions out of everybody, showing you how to navigate through the course content, and we're going to dive into where are we going? What is it that we're creating in the world? So and then finish up with a little bit of homework. So the first 2 weeks, we're actually going to this week and next week, we're going to kind of lump the 2 weeks together. So yeah, there'll be some homework to do. This week and next week is the most amount of work. Once you've got that work out of the way, things unfold a lot more easily, much less time commitment on your part. So yeah, it's just the first 2 weeks. There's a little bit of grunt and grind to get going. All right, so I'll start with myself. My name is Helen Flitcroft. I'm a mindset success coach. Wasn't always a mindset and success coach, so I come from a background of hospitality. Worked in fine dining French restaurants for 14 years. Fairly quickly rose to the top, in that industry, which might give you a bit of an indication of, the kind of person I am. So, I believe in getting in and getting stuff done. Giving things a crack. I'm a big believer in action. This course is part action, but then it's part something else, which I'll talk about in a minute. Yeah, I live here in New Plymouth. I've got 2 young children. We don't have any other family here, so that's an extra level of complexity. But no, I just love inspired, gritty action takers, and I'm absolutely delighted to be stepping full time into my coaching career, which is something I've been dreaming of and creating for some time. So this is not my first certification. I trained in the MAP certification, which stands for Manifesting All Possibilities. I went through a program about 2 years ago, and it was part mindset, part strategy. This is a business program. And it just totally blew me away. It introduced me to the MAP methodology. It's cutting edge in the world as far as psychology, teaching our mind to actually change itself. So I'm already well trained in that method, and this method is a beautiful, beautiful partner to it. And it's no surprise that the guy who's been teaching me, Chris Duncan, was actually a client of Colette Stryker, who developed the MAP processor, and then Chris Duncan helped Colette to get the MAP process out into the world. So Chris is also a very, very highly trained coach, and this magnetic mind group process is all of the best learnings that he's learned over the last 10 years in NLP, family entanglements, all sorts of things like that. So it's I feel a little bit, special in that I've got access to all of this amazing stuff. It's kind of like the cheats version, really, of change. So yeah, that's enough about me anyway. So who'd like to speak up next? Quick introduction about who you are, why you're here, what you hope to get from the course.
Can I go next?
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Marina Portatalia, Jesse's wife. So he recommended this course that I should do as well, and just I'm looking forward to get more motivated and organized, get inspired for my future plans. I have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy, and I'm very lucky that Mom came for a visit, and now she's watching Amiran, so I can focus on this amazing training. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome to have you. It's awesome to have you here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Oh, yep. Well, I'm Jason Farquhar. Same thing, 2 kids, a daughter 5 and a boy who's 3. And the contractor in the oil and gas industry at the moment. Just a little bit of a loss as to where I'm going at the moment, sort of thing. About 8 or 9 months ago, finished building a house, and that sucked up probably a year or so of my life, and that was what I was focused on. And now that's come to an end, I'm sort of struggling to find the next stone to step onto type thing. So lots of ideas floating around and things like that. So I just really want to pinpoint which one's the right one and how to go and which one's appropriate, etc., etc. Yeah, so looking forward to it.
Awesome. It's going to be an exciting journey. So much is open.
Yeah.
Which is an exciting place to be in, for sure. So thank you. Welcome. Pounamu.
Oh, okay, Martin. Hey, guys. Pounamu Skelton here. I'm a second rounder of Magnetic Mindset.
Alumni, veteran.
Hardly. I was actually a really bad student. But I know, I've had some really amazing breakthroughs and results from doing the daily meditation. And I know it's a game that you've just got to stay on it, You've just got to stay day in, day out if you want to live and design the life that you truly want. So I've been in the wellness industry for years, currently teaching Kai Oranga, which is a tikanga-based organic growing program. We're growing people, really into growing people transformation work. I'm on this really full-on schedule at the moment, 4 months diamond tour. So often I'm on the road, probably about 2 weeks of the month. But luckily we've got mobile, we can do, I spend a lot of time on Zoom, to be fair. So nice to see you all. Look forward to watching you all shine.
Yeah, me too. And that's going to be a big part of this group as well. So last group was great. It was a little bit fragmented in that we ran a live session at Tahi in New Plymouth in the mornings, and then we had a group session, this one that we're having now. And in a way, it meant that there wasn't quite the gel and solidarity in the whole group. And this time round, one of the best things about being a coach and sort of being naturally of this kind of character is that when I see somebody, I already see them, in their greatness, achieving the things that they want to achieve and that kind of thing. And I know that's powerful, but what I know is even more powerful is that when we can look at each other, we're all doing that for each other. We're all relating to each other, in their highest potential, the person that they're becoming. That's just going to be mind-blowing, and I'm already getting goosebumps already thinking about this. So and you're absolutely right, Pounamu, it's all about taking consistent conscious action towards changing who it is that we're becoming. So I'm going to talk more about that shortly. So just to dive right in, I appreciate you as well. I appreciate you that you're even here, that something inside of you is calling to more, and that's the thing. I can't coach anyone. Why would I even want to coach anyone if that thing wasn't there? So this is exciting. All right, so the course is called Magnetic Mind. So what is that? So yes, I know we're a group of hardworking people here, I know that, and we have achieved some degree of success already in our lives. And most of the time we've probably got there through hard work. And hard work exists, and hard work is effective to a degree, but also it's only going to get us so far. And there's a chat box here as well, so maybe just maybe pop in the chat box if you've experienced lots of hard work and realize that it's only going to get you so far. Me. Yeah. So there's a premise here in the magnetic mind group in that we are talking about law of attraction here, and we're talking about two worlds basically. Absolutely. So we're talking about deciding what it is that we want in the real world and taking real world action daily to achieve our goals. Definitely. But on the same side of it, we're also talking about aligning ourselves energetically with the vibration of who it is that we're becoming, of the goal that we're creating, in order to be able to manifest that in our ability, into our reality. And you know, what I experience is that, let's just say you want something. I'm not, some people will say, oh, you know, you just sit on a rock and you visualize and manifest things and they just kind of pop up in your reality. And perhaps that's true for those people, but my approach is that you find something that is coming from a pure creative desire to create something, to do something that's an extension of who you are. And you go out and take action on it. And in the going out and taking action on it, things pop up in your reality that then expand. They're kind of like resources, and you can use these resources to take action towards those things. And the whole thing kind of snowballs like that. So, you know, I've been around the law of attraction long enough to know that, you know, it's real, and that when we are in vibrational alignment with who we are, things just pop up. They pop up, and it's unbelievable and magical and wonderful and miraculous. So we're going for the 3D dimensional, let's get shit done, and we're also going for, you know, 1 foot in the woo-woo. Let's raise our vibe. Let's and you see it playing out all the time as well, you know, don't you? There's some people that just clearly live in that vibe, and they attract the same kind of people. They're able to have the relationships that are powerful, that will help them achieve what it is they want, all those kinds of things. If you're not in that vibe, you're not going to be able to mesh with the things that are going to actually help you to achieve that goal. So yes, so we'd say, like, you know, a good example is gravity exists. We know gravity exists. If I drop my pen, you know, it's going to fall down. But also lift exists, and lift can supersede gravity. So yes, hard work exists and is effective to a degree, but, you know, I also believe that the law of attraction exists, and it will in fact supersede hard work. So that's what we're about in this course. So those of you who are, you know, I'm not all for just accepting what people tell me willy-nilly. So, you know, I think it's great to back up all this kind of stuff with some people who are experts in their field. So there's a couple of names I want you to write down and start following on social media. So the first is Dr. Joe Dispenza. So these are all scientists who are crossing the bridge between science and spirituality at the moment. Way, way, way more qualified than I am to talk about the science of this. So Dr. Joe Dispenza. The next one is Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's probably the guy for this course. So Dr. Bruce is all about epigenetics, and he talks about the neurochemistry that's in our body, and I'll be talking more a little bit about that. But he's one of the world's leading experts on epigenetics, and as well as crossing the bridge between science and spirituality. And the last guy is Greg Braden as well. So some of his stuff might come in more, you know, towards the end of the course, but pretty interesting to hear what he's got to say. Okay, so yes, we are going to decide what it is that we want. We're going to break down our goals into action steps. We'll be taking action. We'll be holding ourselves accountable to this, and in the process, dealing with what comes up. So the reason why we are who we are, or the reason why we've got the results that we've got currently, is because we are who we are. We have the thoughts and the feelings which create the actions which create the results. And our bodies are so addicted to our own neurochemistry. They're so addicted to let's say, a feeling of scarcity. They need that. That's homeostasis. Your body wants to stay the same. Your body wants to stay the same. Your psychology wants to keep you alive. And we get addicted to particular neurochemicals. So our cells actually become kind of optimized I'm doing this because we have like a cell wall, and in the cell wall they have receptors that will receive different neurochemicals, and the more we feed our body particular neurochemicals, the more the cells become optimized to receive these neurochemicals. So the better we become at being broke, or the better we become at, you know, dating the wrong guy, or those sorts of things. And then when we try to change that behavior and we're not getting those neurochemicals, our body's going, what's going on? Give me what I want. Give me these neurochemicals, and we'll do whatever it can to encourage you to go back to that old state of being. So that's on the sort of epigenetic biochemistry side. But then there's also just the psychological side as well. So we have basically what's going on in our lives. So we've all got somewhere we want to be, right? Even if we don't know precisely, we know we're going somewhere. So just make sure that everyone feels like they're on some kind of journey going somewhere. And I'm sure it's a journey of thriving. Just pop in the chat box so I know that, yeah. Yep, so we're on this journey, and it's a journey of thriving. We're going somewhere bigger, better. This is the sort of thing, more exciting, that kind of thing. Yet, and that's our conscious mind that's kind of thinking of all of this. Yet we've got a subconscious mind, and our subconscious's job, number one job, is to keep us alive. And here we are, alive. So what our subconscious knows is that everything it's been through up until this point is survivable. So your subconscious is going to go, hey, give me broke over rich any day, because I know that I can survive broke. Broke is survivable. I can do broke. Give me broke. That's fine. What's survivable is survivable is survivable, and that's all that matters. So what we've got going on is we've got our conscious brain thinking of, you know, this future which is all about thriving. We want to thrive. Our subconscious brain just wants to survive, and the two are in epic battle together. So if you consider, have I got a rubber band? It's a really great analogy, but you'll have to imagine a rubber band. So imagine I'm holding a rubber band, and I've stretched the rubber band out, and tension seeks release. So if you imagine this finger here being, actually I'm going to use this one, it makes more sense to me. This finger here being where we currently are. Okay, we'll stretch it out to this finger here being where it is that we want to go. And tension seeks release. And if you think of what's the easiest way, if this is us in that tension between, you know, who we are now, where we want to go, the easiest way is for that to be released back to the old self, our old habits, our old patterns, our old way of being, our old neurochemistry, all of that kind of thing. You know, so we can imagine we want to do this, but the thing is trying to pull back that way. So what we're going to be doing in this program is we're going to be creating a new identity, basically a new you, new thoughts, new feelings, new vibrations, that's going to propel you in the direction that you want to go. You're going to create the new person who's worthy of achieving, you know, the goal that it is that you want to achieve, who's able to have the conversations with the powerful connections and things like that will help you to go where you want to go. And the whole coaching process is to stop you from, and you're going to through the whole time, and Purnima will be able to be testament to this, as am I, you know, we're always going to be wanting to go back to that same old thing. And the coaching process is to help the thing release this way and move you in that direction. And that's all about changing who you are, changing your biochemistry until that forms habit, until that's the new normal, until that old person, and there'll be echoes of that old person, you know, you'll flash between one and the other. Eventually, the new one will feel what's new and what's normal, and the old one will just sort of be an echo of the past. And when it turns up, you'll be like, oh, it's not me anymore. That's really uncomfortable. That's just not who I am. And when that happens, that's really cool. So that's kind of the process that I'll be taking you through. Specifically, what this looks like. So it's 90 days, 3 months. It's going to go by in a flash. And you all get a one-on-one session with me as well. So last time around, I tried to get all the one-on-ones out of the way at the beginning. But in doing that, I've realized I think it's going to be better to keep the one-on-ones until you get to a sticky point. You know, so there might be just something, your subconscious just not allowing you to, I don't know, make sales calls or whatever it is that you need to do. And something that if it's not coming, you're not managing a breakthrough in the group sessions, then we'll have a one-on-one around that. And we can use MAP or we can use the processes that we're using here. It doesn't really matter. So you've got that, and just sort of keep that in your back pocket to play whenever it is that you want. We've got weekly sessions here in Zoom. You also have all the content from last round as well, and I'm going to show you how to find that shortly. But week 1 is all about creating what we call a magnetic lens. So it's kind of like the big picture right down to the small details. You know, this is where I'm going, and then we break it down into, okay, this is my yearly objective, this means quarterly objectives, from quarterly objectives goes to monthly objectives, to weekly objectives, to daily objectives, and holding ourselves accountable to that. And then if we're not achieving those, we're looking at that, you know, what is that? That's my whole job really, is keep you moving forwards. It's very simple. People like to overcomplicate things, but it's really, we're moving forwards, what's stopping you? Could be logistical, could be, more likely it's going to be mindset. Okay, so week 1 and 2, creating our lenses and also our values. You know, we start operating from a new set of values. We start actually flooding our body with new chemicals that we're going to become very, very used to. And it's really cool. It's really cool values, weeks 1 and week 2. Hang on. Then we are week 3, transmute our internal state. So we'll talk more about the responsibilities of the unconscious mind. We're going to start doing some anchoring, which is really cool. So we're going to start anchoring new ways of being. Week 4, current perceptions, collapsing current triggers that are holding us back. We'll take anchoring and we're going to supercharge anchoring, which is kind of cool. It's a way of helping us move through blocks. Week 5, we're going to come into complete emotional alignment. Week 6, we're going to do a process that's going to kind of white out emotions that have been keeping us stuck. Week 7, we're doing conflicting parts, so that's going to be very cool. Week 8, learning the quantum model. You're like, what is all this stuff? Doesn't really matter. We'll get to it when we get to it. Week 9, making redecisions. Week 10, family entanglements. Week 11, family entanglements. Week 12, we'll probably still be doing family entanglements, and maybe something we call a double bubble. So that's just a quick overview, but what I want to do now is show you around the course. So you're all in the Facebook group. You found that. Yep. And have you, in the Facebook group, found the Google folder?
Yes.
Yep. Have you found the Google folder, Jason? No. Okay, so let's have a look. And I'm going to share my screen. How do I do this? Remember, this is still beta. So when it comes, there we go, share. There'll be a few tech things. I want to share this, my screen. Can you see my screen now? No, hang on. What's happening? All right, you can see my screen now?
Yep.
Great. Okay, so we're in the Facebook group, and scroll down. So the very first thing under announcements here, there's a link to a Google Drive, and I've already got it open. Let's go back. And it says Helen's Magnetic Mind Resources. Okay, so you all have access to this. All right, and it's in back to front order, but that's all right. So we go right down to meditation. So you've got a whole hub there of meditations. And I'll also be adding to that over the course of our course as well. But there's a whole bunch in there, and that's where you'll find all of them together. But also in each week, I kind of give you specific meditations, and you'll find them in the week folders as well. So open first, getting started. Ugh, what's happening? How do I get rid of this? Can I move this? I can. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm going to move something out of the way. Yay. All right, I'm going to just get rid of all of that. And we'll start again. Okay, so we're in here. Oh, how can I make this go away? Sorry, guys. There we go. All right, so we've got the meditations. Open first, getting started. All right, this is where you find your Zoom link. So I'll try and put the Zoom link in the group every week, but that's where you'll find it. Now, the commitment, let's just go through that because this is really cool. This is what coaching is all about. Okay, the commitment. So we're meeting in this space as equals. We're bringing the best of ourselves together to create something new. So this is my commitment to you, but nothing happens without your commitment to the process as well. It really is, we match each other, energy for energy. All right, this is where results come from. Okay, so number one, I will show you what work matters if you do the work. There's going to be new stuff to do that's going to feel quite different at the beginning. Okay, I can't make you do it though. I can inspire you to do it. I can show you that I'm doing the work myself, but I can't make you do it. I will match your hunger if you show up hungry. There is nothing better than clients going all in. It's just like, yeah, let's do this. Let's smash this together. It's the best thing. Show up hungry. I'll call you out on your BS, and I say BS, but it doesn't have to be bullshit. BS can be behavior signals. Behavior is the number one indicator of, where someone's at the moment. I can look at your behavior, and if your behavior is different to, what you say you want to be doing, you say you want to be doing this thing, but your behavior is saying something completely different, well, then I'm here as a, I say call you out, but it's more like a, someone that can look at your blind spot and say, hey, what about this? So I'll call you out on your behavior signals, but if you promise not to use your current or past situation as an excuse. All right, so an excuse is anything that we use to allow ourselves to stop doing what we want to be doing. Okay, anything can be overcome until we decide that we don't want it. We don't want to overcome it, and at that point it becomes an excuse. Okay, I will not do it for you. We already talked about that. Your results are 100% yours, the wins and the losses. So I kind of facilitate this process. It's amazing when we get incredible results, but I can't take too much credit for that because it's you guys that do the work. I will only compare you to you if you only compare you to you. Big one. All right. I will coach you to the answers if you earnestly attempt to answer all questions on your own. So again, we're going to be doing a lot of internal reflection here. And your answers have got nothing to do with anybody else's answers. We're not doing any kind of shouldas. We're not shooting on ourselves here. Okay. I will dedicate myself to guiding you if you buy success with your own time. Okay. Just putting in the effort. Say on that note as well that it's been quite an easy in for you guys. I know when, and normally these kind of transformational programs are, in the thousands, and this one does sell in the thousands. So because you haven't had to put that financial investment in, there's a risk that you won't value the course quite so much. So what I'm asking for you is an investment in your time, an investment in your focus, an investment in your dreams and hopes, and an investment in uplifting each other as well. Okay, because you haven't put the big financial investment in that most people would for this kind of course. I'm not going to wait for perfection. If you will take imperfect action viciously, imperfect action, like it's so big, perfectionism will stop you in your tracks. I'm not going to use the clock to push for results. I will use the clock to push for results. So we've got a time frame here. So long as you don't freak out too much about the clock too. And what that means is you're going to have a list of daily actions that you want to do, and you might find by the end of the week that, in fact, some of those haven't been done. And a lot of people at the beginning of this course are like, oh my God, I haven't done all my stuff, and just really beat up on themselves, where that's not what we want. We don't want to beat up on ourselves and get stressed out, but we do want to look at the reasons why that's not happening. So instead of thinking, oh, we just got to whip your ass faster and you just got to work harder, you know, we'll be strategic and really look at what's going on here. Are you doing the right actions to start with? Is there one thing that by so doing everything else becomes easier or irrelevant? Those kinds of questions. All right, so I'm going to create environments for positive stress. This kind of moves on from what we're just talking about. And if you choose to get uncomfortable every day, all right, it's not going to feel normal. Who we are now feels normal. Okay, it might feel a little bit weird. Soon it's going to start feeling amazing, but likely it's going to go feeling amazing and then, oh my God, there's something uncomfortable here and I need to break through that. And that breaking through period is damn uncomfortable. I've never seen anyone do a breakthrough that's just like roses. So embrace discomfort. I will applaud your progress if you'll be brutally honest with where you are. Okay, and you can just shoot this back at me. This goes right back at me as well. We're in this together. Okay, I will see you in your greatest self if you're willing to leave your old self behind. What do you think about that one? That's something for you guys to think about. That's probably the number one thing for you guys to think about after our session today. Are you willing to leave your old self behind? The person you are now is not the person that's going to get you to where you go. They're different people. It's quite a big thing to leave an old self behind. You know, so yeah, I just want to leave you with that question, and I will lean in if you will lean in, you know, and that's the beauty of the group and the power of the group. You know, if we've got the whole group in here, we're sharing our wins, sharing our frustrations, we're holding each other to their highest potential and excellence, we're going to create something that's really quite magical and spectacular in the next 90 days. So just wanted to go through that with you. What else have we got here? Your pre-interview questionnaire. So I've sent them to you already, but if you're missing it, this is where you'll find it. And read first, getting set up. Let's see what else is in here. I don't think there's anything too dramatic. You're all in the Facebook group. Anyone who needs to pay has paid. Yep, no, that's all covered. All right, now what I really want to show you is week 1, your workbook. Workbook is enormous. It's like 300 and something pages. Don't let that freak you out too much. A lot of that is space for you to write as you progress. However, what you have got in your workbook, so let's just open it up. Okay. There's lots of cool stuff about mindset at the beginning. Okay, but this is what we want. The lenses document, is the foundation of the entire program. Okay. You may find during the course of the program, you might redo this a few times, but this is what creates our action plan. And our action plan is what's actually going to tell us what we need to work on. You know, because it's so easy for people to get stuck in, when you're in the transformational industry, to get stuck in healing, you know, and we're going to heal this, we're going to heal that, and blah, 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 blah. And in fact, staying in this space is one of our ways of keeping safe, because we're just spending all this time healing all this stuff and not actually going out taking the action we need to do to actually get where we want to go. You know, and I can guarantee you, sure as shit, that if you decide you want to go somewhere and you start taking action towards it, then the stuff will pop up that needs healing, and then we deal with it. Okay, so this document is so important. I think we'll run through it very quickly today, but I have some resources to help you go through it if you need some extra resources during the week. All right, so the first thing is, really, if if we don't achieve anything else today, what I'd like to know and what we want to get to a place of surety is that we're operating from here, you know, and to get real, like I know some people aren't used to checking in with their heart, checking in with their soul, checking in with this feeling that's calling us towards something, you know, and it's really easy to get stuck in our conscious brain, and you know, especially if your conscious brain has served you really well, it's you know, got you where you are, you invest a lot of your attention into what your conscious brain gives you, but also that's the place where I should be doing this, I should be doing that, I should be in this niche because this niche has got more money than the niche I really care about, you know, that's what I'm talking about. What I want to achieve today is understanding that we're shifting our magnetic point. You know, we're shifting fundamentally who we are. We're shifting our neurochemistry. We're shifting our biology. We're shifting our thoughts, feelings, and actions. And by doing that, we're shifting our results. And that we're creating from a place of here. And often this place is often a feeling of fun, because I want to, or it's a feeling of contribution because I want to help. You know, why do you want to help? I don't know, because I want to. You know, so it sort of comes back to that. Not I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Okay. So now I know some of you, this is going to be interesting because some of you have already some very, very clear goals, and some of you don't, and that's okay. So what I know to be true about goals is we choose one. We choose one, and it acts like a beacon. It acts like a beacon. It's like, okay, this is my best guess right now. This is where I think we're going, and it comes from this place. My heart is calling me towards this. And in the action and activity that's taking you towards this, an opportunity might pop up or something might pop up, and you'll go, yes. And then you go, that's my goal. And then you follow that, and it takes you wherever it wants to take you. And this is such a fun journey, by the way. Such a fun journey, instead of all the like mental bullshit trying to struggle, you know, in something that you're not truly meant to be doing. And you might not ever reach that particular goal, but it will take you to the next step when something else, and everything will unravel perfectly, you know. Clearly it will, because, you know, the way I've set that up, obviously it will unravel perfectly, but it will make perfect sense. And for me, that's a successful life. That's a life of living how you want to live. I don't know what other qualities or criteria you have for a successful life, but ultimately, you know, it's being happy in who you are, doing what you want to do, creating the things that you want to create, and actually making them real in the world. So, you know, that's what we're doing. So, right, we might take a moment. No, we won't, because because Ponamu's driving. Jason's not too sure about what he wants. So, and how about you, Marina? How are you feeling? Do you have very, very clear goals at the moment, or are you a bit unsure about your goals? You can unmute yourself. You're unmuted anyway.
Yes, I'm a bit unsure. I would like to get a bit of a clearer vision.
Yeah. So in that case, if you're unsure, don't get too hung up about getting this done. Your job for the week is to start dreaming. You know, just start, like, what is it that I could do? So let's just scroll down. So creating your vision, and this will help you to start creating this. You know, finances. They call this the big four. The four F's. Finances. What I want to make. My financial freedom number is, and just kind of feel into it and allow to whatever pop up. So we might even do this now. So there'll be a lot of closed eye exercises through this program. So I want you all just to take a big deep breath in. Close your eyes. Take a big deep breath in and out, and just kind of relax a little bit. Relax your shoulders. and I want you to listen to my voice. Now I want you just to imagine a scenario. Just imagine a scenario in the future. Everything's going well. You're where you want to be. Even if you don't sort of have specifics about that, but just create a scene, some kind of scene. It's in the future. You're kind of feeling happy. You've achieved the things that you want to achieve. And notice what's around you right now. Just kind of notice where you are. Notice what you're doing. Are you sitting? Are you standing? Notice maybe the season. Is it summer? Is it winter? What's in the distance? Are you inside? Are you outside? Create a scene. And as you're in that scene, I want you just to kind of just catch yourself. And, those moments where you think, damn, this is awesome. I'm living the best life that I could possibly live. And you've caught yourself. You're like, here, everything's working. And you've got your financial number. And when I click my fingers, whatever that number is that pops up, just write that down. So whatever it is now. Okay, and you can share it. You don't have to share it. But, just choose that, and don't judge it either. Don't go, oh, but it's too much or it's not enough or anything like that. Just kind of like, boom, stick that in there. Okay, the next thing to consider is the family. I want to react with others by what I want to give is just sort of goals and aspirations around your family. If family is important, if it's not your blood family, then whatever family means to you. Okay, fitness. Our bodies are so important. Doesn't matter how much mindset stuff we do, if we don't look after our bodies, if we don't give our brains the water it needs, if we don't give our body the nutrients it needs, if we don't kind of take the exercise that we need to maintain our body, we're just going to feel crap, and we're just going to be sabotaging ourselves in that way. So, whatever fitness means to you, but put down some goals around fitness. And then fulfillment, like this is the best one. What's your perfect average week? Really, really break this down. I wake up at this time. I do this for breakfast. I connect with my wife. I go for a walk, whatever that is. So you don't have to do this now. This is just homework for you. And if you don't have a big vision, just focus on this. There's going to be plenty. And as I said, what we're doing this week, we're also doing next week as well. So we're kind of like lumping 2 weeks in together here. In fact, for those of you who are a little bit unclear, the week 1 session from the last intake we did is going to be really powerful because we actually dive into values then and there. And going into values then and there, getting that established and clear might help the vision to become clearer as well. So I've got some very set actions for this week, but for you guys, that's going to be really key, I think. Okay, some other things to help you create your vision. Some passions that make you money currently. So. Has anyone here got passions that are currently making them money? Nope. Yes and no. So yeah, that's fine. That's all right. What I love, these are just prompts, Don't beat yourself up over any answers that you've got. What I love to do is, one thing that keeps me fit is, Okay, this is a big one. People. One mentor who is where I want to be is. Okay, this is something I didn't drill down on last time and something I want to drill down on this time. So even if you don't know exactly what it is that you want to do, my bet is you've got a kind of idea of the life that you want to live, the kind of man or woman that you want to be, the kind of money that you want to earn, those kinds of things, And one of the most powerful things we can ever do is to get mentorship with somebody who is already there. So if we can during this course, I want to try and encourage you guys to actually form mentorships with people who are already living the life that you want to live. So, brainstorm, put a bunch of people down, and then We might see if we can reach out to one or two of those. A tribe. One tribe who are on the same path as you that you can hang around with. So hopefully it's the, the group that we've got here, but also who else are those people? So, for Jesse, it might be his martial arts crew. Like, what an amazing crew that is. Who are those people that are going to keep you in that high vibe, that are going to hold you to your higher standards? And, when you're doing that, maybe just think of who the groups are that are not so, powerful for that are going to want to drag you down in the other direction. And also, this is really cool, one mentee who you can show the way. So there's no better way of learning something than to teach it, is there? This is, we're just gonna bust you out of your way of being, like, right off the bat, by finding a mentor, and hooking up with them and asking them. They may say no, and generally mentorship is a free thing. Again, you pay by your commitment, your willingness to change, to follow advice, that kind of thing. And also mentee. So who can you show the way to? Are you willing to do that already? So some stuff to think about. All right, skills. 3 new capabilities, skills that will increase satisfaction in your life, whatever they are. I need to go and learn some gardening. I had the opportunity to do it, but it's just not the right time at the moment. But I know that will increase satisfaction in my life, definitely. Public speaking, another one for me. So what are they for you? Okay, now the last thing that is super important, morning routine. Morning routine is vital. So morning routine being usually some kind of movement, some kind of hydration, some kind of planning, and some kind of meditation or visualization. So just give me a quick hands up if you guys have got a morning routine that includes those things already. Hands up is easier rather than nope, yep. Okay, so some yes, some no. Yes, a little bit, sort of. So we're all in various stages of morning routine. We all need to have morning routine, okay? I'm going to be a little bit hardcore on this time round, and that goes back to me as well. So I'm going to be posting in the group every morning. Every morning you're going to see some kind of evidence of my morning routine, and if I don't, I've got you guys to go, Helen, come on, what's going on here, So it doesn't mean that, if I've been up all night and at A&E and everything like that I need to do my morning routine. We're humans and shit happens, but we're looking for patterns. We're looking to establish new patterns. So morning routine is vital. So what I want you to do, you're going to need at least 20 minutes in the morning to do some kind of visualization or meditation. And I'm going to be providing these. They're easy for you. You just need to find a comfy spot to listen to them. All right. So 20 minutes. You want some kind of, you can just break it into an hour if you like. Mine goes on for a couple of hours, but that's all right. I like my mornings. So you want 20 minutes to do your visualization. You want 20 minutes at least for some form of exercise. So I know you can get in, some kind of high impact interval training in 20 minutes if you want to get your blood moving. You want to also expose yourself to outside air and sunshine. It's a little bit hard when it doesn't get light that early, but getting your eyes exposed to the sunshine wakes you up early. And I can't tell you how amazing it is being out in the mornings and seeing the new day unfold and realizing that that's a new day that you've got to create in. Okay, so I want you all to create your perfect morning routine that includes some kind of hydration is important. Just drink in the morning. Get moving, visualization, and planning. Okay, and your lenses are going to help you with your planning. And let's just do that. Okay, let's not even worry about getting any further down on our lenses document unless you're a hardcore veteran and you've done this before and you've got it all nailed. All right, so what you need to be doing as well is each week there's going to be a little check-in, and I want you to do a check-in, a video check-in, which I'm going to give you the format to. It only needs to be like 2 minutes, doesn't need to be long, but also posting your filled out lenses, your workbook. All right, so by this time next week, I want to see everybody's copy in the group, and let's post them publicly in the group as well, because this all helps with keeping each other motivated. You know, everything stays in the group. We don't share stuff out of the group. It's a safe space, and I need you all to honor that as well. You know, so we can share what it is that we're hoping to achieve. And there might be some big stuff that comes up, you know, in the process of this, and we need to know that it's a safe place to share it in, and know that we can't move to our point B if we're not willing to accept our point A. And if we feel like it's not safe to share our point A, we're not going to do it, you know. So it's really important that we share that safe space, and one of the ways we can do that is by sharing, you know, our documents in the group every week. So yeah. All right. The only other thing I want to do this week, so you don't have to get your mentor, you don't have to hit your mentor up or anything like that, but just kind of brainstorm who they could be. It's fine if you do go ahead and do that, but you don't have to. What I do want to do is set you up with a specific accountability buddy. And this is somebody who is actually going to be holding you accountable to your week's action. You know, for me, when I've got so many coming at me, it's hard for me to really ascertain progress. You know, and if I can't ascertain progress, I can't coach you. You know, so in having someone that you're holding each other accountable to, and you'll actually learn to start coaching them through that as well. This is going to be a mechanism that really helps with progress. It's going to help with progress. It's going to help with creating relationships in the group as well. So yeah, I'm undecided whether I just randomly hook you up with people, or if you feel strongly that you want to connect with somebody, then maybe let me know, and then I'll hook up the orphans afterwards. It is important to know that you're not going to let each other off the hook, though. You know. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes when you're friends, you don't mean to, but you just keep each other safe by not really, you know, pushing them out into a zone where they might not be quite comfortable with yet. All right, so, and the last thing is some meditation. So no, it's not. What I'd like you to do, and as I said, I know the first 2 weeks are a little bit time heavy, is go through week 1 from last. I'll put all this in the group too, so you won't be like, you know, trying to remember everything. I'll make a summary. Go through week 1 from last week. Hello. I've got no idea what just happened then. Can you guys see me or hear me? You'll just say something if you can hear me. Hey, you're back. I don't know what happened then. I'm sorry, guys. So you can hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the last thing I said? Go through week 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, something
Yep.
like that.
Yes. So it'll be go through week 1, and there's a very specific process there that I take you through. It's a closed eye process. Hello.
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hi. It's a closed eye process. It's going to be really valuable. That's going to help you with your meditations for the next 2 weeks. All right. So start those first few pages of the lenses document. Go through week 1. Start doing those meditations. I'll create your morning routine, and in that morning routine, do the 2 meditations that are in the week 1 folder for you there. So I'll make an update in that folder. I'll make it very clear that it's beta round 2 action steps for you guys. And that's going to be plenty to get you started with. So yeah, as I said, the first 2 weeks are a little bit heavy, but it sets us up for success, and that's what we want. So it's worthwhile doing this work at the beginning. And those of you who don't really know what you want yet, that's okay. Just be okay with that. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Just remember, you know, what would you like to do? You know, is it a place of creation, fun? Is it a place of contribution? It's quite a discernible feeling from here to here, you know. And yeah, just start dreaming and hook yourself up with an accountability partner. I've got like look at this, like a tracking document for all the things that you need to do. So I'll make sure that everyone's got partners and things like that, and that we're all on track. So I don't want to drag this out any longer than an hour. I think it's pointless trying to go through the process ourselves today. So are there any questions or concerns or anything that you want to bring up? Hey, he's the cutest boy. Amadon, hello. Hi. You got to stop looking at me like that. Sorry, he's totally distracted by babies. Oh. Yeah, anything anybody wants to share at this point? I know I hogged the floor today. How you feeling about moving forward? Marina, how are you feeling about moving forward?
Yes, I'm motivation already. And really looking forward to the future. Getting clearer with my vision.
It's a little hard to hear. Is everyone else getting that weird whooshing noise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just mute. Hang on, let me try this. Sorry. Right, try that again. Sorry, Marina. How are you feeling about moving forward?
Yes, I feel great. I feel motivated and inspired already, and looking forward to future and getting clearer with my vision and my goals.
Cool. It's once we start posting in the group and getting to know each other and trusting each other a little bit more and those sorts of things, like there's a whole bunch of people that aren't on here today. When they start doing their posts, you'll get to meet them and stuff too. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really cool. Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Jason, how are you feeling? Oh, hang on. Sorry. Wait. Okay, try that again. Sorry, my apologies.
That's right. Yeah, good. There's a few things there that all sort of make sense and are applicable to where I'm at, type thing. And yeah, it's funny as you're talking, you sort of definitely the head versus the heart is a big one I struggle with, like you say. And a lot of it comes down to I guess money is probably a lot of the main concern when you think about things. Should I do that, or it might not bring the money and might leave me vulnerable in that sense, sort of thing. So yeah, it's quite funny. And a lot of self-sabotage and excuses, like you say, that are easily to overcome, but you've got to sort of, like you say, put the effort into, or make the effort to overcome them and not listen to the excuses, or put the excuses aside, I guess.
Yeah. So there's in week 1 we go through the 3 C's, the 3 vital C's to change. One of them is, the first one is stepping into your creator complex. Like, I did this, I've created this life that I'm living now, and I'm going to create the one that I'm going to live as well. The next one is curiosity. You know, so maybe sometimes things aren't black and white. Sometimes it's not like I've got to quit my job and do something else. Maybe there's an in between. Maybe there's how to get both. So the curiosity is massive. So I think curiosity for you this week is going to be huge. Just kind of dreaming and getting curious about what the future might look like, what a future might feel like, especially, what the man you're becoming feels like in particular. Yeah. Try try that little, we did that little exercise where, you know, you just sort of, you're there in your future, somewhere in your future, getting into that feeling, and then having a, you know, then start dreaming, you know, what is it that I'm doing now? Those kinds of things. And that opens up intuition, you know, which is probably quite a, you know, women tend to be a little bit more open to intuition and good for it, good at it. But I know collectively that we're getting stronger and stronger at, you know, accessing our intuition. So just be curious and open to see what might come up in that, that little visualization exercise that you do.
Yeah, I was quite surprised at how vivid and how quickly it came about. You know, like there was no effort involved in creating, painting a picture of this. Yeah, it sort of popped up straight away. It was nice.
Hey,
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, and that gets so fun. We're going to do lots and lots and lots of that, because our body, we need to teach our body to accept these new ways of being, so that when it shows up, we don't reject it. You know, like the person that wins the lottery and then spends it all, and 2 years later they're back where they started and everything. It happens all the time. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're teaching our body to be this new version of ourselves, so that when it shows up, we're going to keep it. So yeah. Cool. Excellent. Ponamu, you still about? You finished? She's gone. No. Awesome. So we'll wrap it up there. Thanks so much, guys, for being on today. Check that Google folder for action steps for the week. And, oh, there's something in the chat. Hang on. Oh, that's right. Ponamu said, I've got to go, sorry, but love today. She's amped, which is amazing. Yeah, she's going to have an amazing 3 months. I know it. All right. Okay, well, I'll release you back into the sunshine. It's a beautiful day here in New Plymouth, in Taranaki. So
thank you, Helen.
You guys online, I'll be posting in the group online too, so keep an eye out for that. I'll be making sure you're all getting notifications and things too, because I know Facebook's gone a bit weird lately, but it's all good. All right, thanks for showing up.
Thank you.
Okay, see ya.
All right.